Welcome to your daily dose of MindFuel moments and this new Feminine Awakening series, where we're celebrating women and all your ebbs and flows. It's time now to reawaken the feminine energy. Let's begin. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's MindFuel moment. We are in our Feminine Awakening series, so we're going to play with this idea of Shakti movement. And Shakti is simply feminine energy and using movement to let that energy start to awaken inside of us. So we're going to be doing a few different movements, playing with the idea of using our body and breath to release anything that no longer serves us. Being in our feminine energy means that we are able to let go and surrender and just be. And sometimes we have to do certain things in order to train the body, in order to train the breath and the mind for us to be able to easily do that. And why it's so important is because most of us, especially women, we have been in this masculine energy for so long that we are tensed and tight, and we don't know how to let go and surrender because we don't know if it's safe, and we don't know if, how to be vulnerable, or if if it's okay to be vulnerable, right? And so most of us are getting this calling to awaken the feminine energy and just be and just let go. So our Kundalini practice is going to really focus on just being playful and letting go and letting that feminine energy awaken and rise within us. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to bring our palms together, close our eyes, just start rubbing. And we're going to open the sacred space now with the Adi mantra, Om Namo, Gurudev Namo. And if you're still getting used to this mantra, then you can either listen to me as I do it one time, or you can use the mantra on the screen or in the description to follow along with your eyes open, which is fine. So if you like now, bring your hands to the center of your heart. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And let that breath gently go out of the nose. And with this next inhale, we'll do this mantra one time, breathing in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Take a deep breath in now through the nose. And we gently release out the nose. Keep your eyes closed just for a little longer and just bring your hands face up on your knees. Index and thumb touch. And just allow yourself to get settled in a little bit deeper for today's practice. If you like, you can set an intention for this practice. And also think about how the intention for your practice can also be the intention for the rest of your day. Go ahead now and just open your eyes and we'll begin. So we're going to start off gently with a Sufi grind, and we're going to breathe in as we circle forward, expanding the heart. We'll breathe out as we round back. And with this practice, I want you to think about just connecting with your intuition. What are you feeling? Are you feeling going slow? Or do you want to go fast? Slow or fast? And you just listen to what sounds right for you, what feels good for you, what resonates with you. Find that rhythm, close your eyes, and just go with it. And maybe it's a mixture of both. Maybe you're going to start off with going slow, building up some heat in the spine, in the chest, and maybe you're going to then pick it up and go a little bit faster. Just listen to what's calling to you and know that whatever is being asked of you today is absolutely perfect. Go ahead and switch directions now. Make noise with that breath. Really feel and hear the breath as it comes in the body when we come forward, and really feel the breath leaving the body as we round back. Be all in. Be in this experience with all the sensations, the body moving, the breath moving. What's happening in your third eye right now as you're looking in between that space in the middle of your eyebrows? Are there colors, images? We'll come back to the center. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out through the nose, opening our eyes, and we'll continue on. We're going to get into butterfly pose. And our next two movements will be in butterfly pose. So you find the butterfly pose that's right for you today. Really think about intuition. Feminine energy is all about just being in tune with our intuition, what feels right, what sounds right. And so our butterfly pose, as you can see, I have mine pretty close in, the heels of my feet pretty close in, but listen to your body. If this is uncomfortable, if this is tight, if this has you rounding too much, then you think about bringing your feet more and more out to where you can find what's comfortable for you, okay? So even though we are putting ourselves sometimes in challenging positions, we definitely don't want to put ourselves too deep into positions that cause any injury or pain in the body. So we want it to be challenging enough to get the effects that this is meant to bring, but not to bring any pain or anything that will hurt the body later on. Okay, so with this butterfly pose, you're going to hold on to your feet. Hold on to your feetsies. That's what I say when I'm playing with my niece. Look at your feetsies. Okay, and keeping an erect spine, we're going to do like a cat-cow or our spinal flexes. The same way we think of that, we're going to breathe in as we expand forward, and we're going to breathe out as we round back. In the nose as we breathe in, expansion, out the nose as we round, let go. And again, this is about listening to the intuition. Okay, so close your eyes, go within, and where are you today? Is it slow and maybe sensual, or is it maybe a little bit fast and energized? Or like we did with our Sufi grind, is it a mixture of both? Maybe we're intertwining between the slow and the fast, or we're starting off slower to build up the strength to go faster. Just really allow your intuition to guide you. And if you're not sure, then do both. Go slow go fast. We'll come to the center now. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath as you now keep this strong, erect spine. Hold the breath. And staying with that strength and lengthening of the spine, gently let the breath go out the nose. And if your eyes were closed, you can open them just to see our next movement. So now we're going to start fluttering our legs, really allowing this essence of our butterfly to take off. And so all we're doing with the breath is just gentle inhales and exhales through the nose as we flutter our legs. And so again, we want to be gentle, using our intuition, listening to the body and where it is today. Every day is a little different depending on whatever it is that we do with our body in other ways, the way we sit, the other movements and exercise and workouts that we do. All of it counts as far as where and how our body shows up. So I'm feeling really flexible today, which is nice, because sometimes I do these practices and I record them for you and I'm not as flexible, and that's okay. So today, that's where I'm at. So I notice that my heels are closer inward and my fluttering is a little bit faster, and it just feels really good. Like I feel a little sensation, but like it's a good sensation. Like I can tell my body is like, yes. So what is your body telling you, right? Maybe you just have to go slow and gentle. Or maybe just being in the position itself is good enough, right? And just holding up your spine and just being in this position. Your body's like, this is good. We don't need the fluttering. And that's okay. And you haven't already, close your eyes and be with wherever you are, taking just the deep inhales and the deep exhales. And we'll just be here for one more minute. So if you're fluttering, flutter. If you're fluttering fast, if you're fluttering slow, wherever that is, or if you're just still and in the position, wherever you are, honor it, be present with it, and enjoy, and know that you are receiving the benefits of where you are, of what is showing up for you today. Only 30 more seconds. If you're fluttering, go ahead and let that go and take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Open your eyes. And we're going to do today's finale Kriya. So what I'm going to invite you to do, and I'll give you some variations, is we're going to go ahead and sit up on our left heel and have our right leg up. And if this is uncomfortable or this is just not where you want to be today for whatever reasons, then you can just sit like this. And so have just your leg bent out and have the right leg still up in the air. Okay? So wherever you are today, and if you notice that you're like, oh yeah, I can sit on my heel, and then after a while doing it, you realize like, oh, this is starting to get a little painful or discomfort, and you can always switch and go to this position, okay? So a lot of this might be a new practice for us, so we're just kind of seeing what this is like and kind of testing it and experimenting with it, which is great. That's what it's for. So you can always come back to this and get stronger and find yourself, if you're here, you can work your way towards getting on your heels. So there's no perfect way, but there is certain positions that are set up for different reasons, and I want to give you all of your options. And, when we are in the modified poses, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just allows us to see like, oh, there's another level that I can work myself to, right? Or even if we're used to being in this position and we just want to give ourselves a little bit of grace or a little bit of ease, we know that there's a level down that I can go to and just kind of be at a more easeful place. So we can play with the different levels. It's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and be on this level today. And we're going to be doing a little bit of breath of fire. Think about this breath of fire as igniting that energy and vitality. So if you've been keeping up with the series, we've done some variations of breath of fire already. If you've been part of the MindFuel Motion community now for a while, I've sprinkled some breath of fire within the different classes here on the channel. So this is going to be a new way of us playing with breath of fire. And think about just letting go and being free like a bird. Okay, so we're going to have our arms straight out to the sides, and we're going to be like flapping our wrists very gently, nothing hard. We don't want to do anything to hurt our wrists. Our wrists are very delicate parts of our body, or one of the delicate parts of our body. So we're just kind of like doing this like flickering of the wrists, but we have our arms straight out. So think about your arms being straight out like a bird's wings, and the flickering is just kind of the momentum of the flying, however you want to play it. So we're opening up our essence, we're opening up this idea of surrender and freedom and flow. And while we're doing this, we are doing breath of fire. So go ahead and jump right in and join me. And as this gets challenging, embrace the challenge. There's a lot of elements happening. We're on our heels, our arms are straight out, we're flickering the wrists, we're doing breath of fire. We're inviting a lot of things into this practice. But if we can get through this fun challenge, we know that there is another version waiting for us on the other side. So close your eyes if you haven't already and just go within. This is your practice. We're not worrying about how I look doing it or what someone else looks doing it. This is just our practice. And I invite you to continue to sit on the heel, to have the arms straight out, to have the wrists flickering gently to the sides. And if any point discomfort or pain come into the body, honor that, slow down, reposition yourself, take a break, and come back to the practice. But if the mind is speaking to you and saying how uncomfortable this is, and I want to quit, and let's go do something else that's more fun, then just thank the mind for its suggestion and put that suggestion to the side and just push through. And let the anchor of the breath of fire take you through. Focus on that third eye. Use the mantra Sat Nam. all these different tools, all these anchoring tools to get you through to the other side. And you get to choose how you show up, and you get to choose how you will be on the other side. So we're only going to be here now for 1 more minute. Go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose with your arms straight out. Hold the breath. Hold the breath. Squeeze the body, squeeze the spine, squeeze the arms, tighten everything within. Gently release the breath. Bring the arms to the sides. And we're still on our heel. And we're just surrendering now, letting go. You made it. You're on the other side now of this practice. The hardest part is sometimes just pressing play. And now you made it to the end. If you can, with your eyes closed, gently transition back to your cross-legged easy pose. And the way we began is the way we'll end. We'll rub our palms together. Bringing in some new heat. We'll bring this prayer pose to our heart. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Take a deep breath in now through the nose, and a gentle exhale through the nose. And gently open your eyes and bring yourself back to the space. I noticed I shifted a little bit. I'm so proud of you for showing up. I know these movements can seem different and challenging, and yet you're showing up for them and you're having an open mind. And you're doing that within your own sacred space. And I invite you to do that out in the world. Be curious, have an open mind, show up. Show up as your true, authentic, beautiful, sensual, feminine self, whatever that is for you today. I know for me, on my feminine journey, I'm still on it, my feminine energy awakening journey, and I'm still on it. And every day I notice just more and more of myself awakening, more and more of myself blossoming, and really understanding the concept of letting go and surrendering and trusting ourselves, trusting that everything is working out just as the way it's supposed to, trusting in divine timing, trusting that I'll be at the right place at the right time, that I'll meet the right people I'm meant to meet, all the things. Because the more that we show up for ourselves and do these practices, not just the Shakti movements of Kundalini, but the meditations, the breath work, the journaling, all the different practices that I share with you on this channel, the more that we play with these and really take time to be in stillness, to be alone, to ask ourselves certain questions, to see what comes up, the more that we unlock something within us that just knows that life is meant for play. Life is meant to be in this flow state. And the feminine energy loves being in the flow state, loves being able to not have restrictions and rules and strict routines and strict goals. It's good to have some anchors, right? Just like we have our anchors with our breath and with the looking into the third eye and using the mantras. But at the same time, just letting them be guides to help us through and not so rigid that we have to do it, that this is the only way to do it, right? So with that said, I'll end our practice here, and I just want to say thank you for showing up for you. And if there's anything that you want to share in the comments, anything that you're experiencing either through today's practice or just the series overall, I would love to hear from you. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for another MindFuel moment for our Feminine Awakening series. Namaste. If you enjoyed today's practice and you're not yet part of the MindFuel Motion community, subscribe today for more daily mindfulness.